Hey guys, this is Smogvids bringing you a quick review on behalf of 1UP Gaming for Batman Arkham Origins. No longer developed by Rocksteady, but instead by new developers Warner Bros. Montreal, you can't help but feel this is going to be one of those prequels that rehash all of the brilliance that made the previous games what they are today, but with Arkham Origins, that perception doesn't quite fit. Sure, the overall gameplay is very similar. The weapons, upgrade tree and detective mode all mirror what we're used to with the previous iterations in the Arkham series, but there's something about it that just feels different, and in a way, good different. The enemy combat is the ever-popular free-flowing combat system utilised in the past. As you progress through the game, there are occasions where you'll find that the timing you get used to quickly becomes a little trickier to manage, with some enemies having the ability to counter the Caped Crusader's counters. For me, this keeps me guessing. There have been many games in the past that failed to capture my attention purely because it became too much of a button-bashing exercise. I'm glad to say that Origins didn't do that. I think a good analogy to go with here will be, if it's not broken, don't fix it. The story meanders along, fairly predictably to begin with, but it does have that same ability of grappling you in and making you feel interested. As a prequel story, fans would expect Gotham PD to be wary of a masked vigilante running around, solving crimes and beating up bad guys. While that is true, some of you might raise questions of your own. I know I did. But it's a solid story. It introduces new characters at a pace that doesn't feel overwhelming, and there's a host of new characters for Bats to defeat. Origins reintroduces the north of Gotham City at a time before the dilapidation set in. The same industrial district, Park Row, Amusement Mile, etc. all make an appearance, but with a new lease of life, as homes and businesses have yet to feel the crush of villainy. With some new additions to the control scheme, Batman has to make little effort to soar above and in between the rooftops spanning the city, but keep in mind Mr. Enigma has some puzzles hidden around for you to solve. While Warner Bros. Montreal do try to implement new elements into the franchise, it's safe to say that Rocksteady did most of the legwork, and to be honest, it would take something very special to beat. With Arkham Origins, it does all it needs to wrap up this trilogy of games, nothing more, nothing less. In a way, I'm glad it did. Batman Arkham Origins is definitely a recommended game if you're new to the franchise or you've played the first two to death. It has left me hoping for good things to come with the next generation of consoles. Batman Arkham Origins gets a 1upgaming.co.uk rating of 4 out of 5. Feel free to check out the website for reviews, features, competitions, and to listen to our podcast. The link is in the description.